Ladies and gentlemen, just call us Jonah because we're in Wales. Swansea Marina. It's changed a bit since I was a kid. Looks lovely though, doesn't it? It does. The weird thing is I know that all this is different, but I can't remember how it used to be. The leisure centre's still the same. So your brain is essentially going, it's changed a bit. And then when you ask for information, it's like, no further details. I remember the water, the marina, I remember boats being in it, and I also remember the leisure centre. As a child, there's just memories of being brought down here and queuing, waiting for it to open on a Saturday. It is the same building, but the water slide does look to have been rather updated. But this museum here, this was definitely here. There is a lot of memories of this museum that we're going to see if we can actually get round. Jen wants to go and see a museum, a maritime museum that used to have steam trains in it, but probably doesn't anymore. Because although there are uses for steam locomotives and things like that in maritime settings, given that we're right next to the marina, I'm going to say they're probably focusing mostly on the aquatic parts of things. This is very interesting. It's not often you see a Greek amphitheatre in Britain, but here we are. I don't think it's from the time of the Greeks. In fact, I'm almost certain. Well, of course it's not from... Yes, Jen. Here are the ancient Greek handrails. And of course, one of the things that people might not know is that Ken Dodd's tickling sticks are actually grown on bushes just like this. So, unfortunately, it's gone to seed a little bit. I don't think that there's been much demand for Ken Dodd tickling sticks, but here you go in their native wildlife. He's making this up. This is a little bit interesting. They've got pretendy railway lines. So these are actually they look like upturned paving slabs set out to look like they might have been railway lines, I suppose, just to kind of give a sense of what might have once been here. What's really interesting me is this. Over here, Jen. That's a lightship. Yeah. There's one in Hull as well. There's Spurn lightships in Hull. At this Helwick, probably mispronouncing that quite terribly, but it's in quite a horrendous state, but it's really interesting to see it and see it up close. They're effectively just lighthouses that you could moor anywhere you needed to, and there'd be a crew on board, and it's a certain kind of person who could just stay floating on one of these above shallow rocks or a shoal for weeks or months on end, because they, generally speaking, don't have their own method of propulsion. They would be towed by a tug out to wherever they would be moored. So you couldn't go anywhere. And it probably wasn't a huge amount to do. You're basically just waiting to see when it got dark to light up the light, and if it got foggy to do the fog signals. But the amount of corrosion on this, it just shows how brutal the sea can be. Yeah, you could do a very, very good pressure washing video on this. I bet you it's a live stream, you'd get a huge number of people watching you. It's a bit of a funny thing, that what Jen's just said about the way people watch pressure washers, because I have to admit, I'm quite a fan of dry cleaning videos that on the they turn up on YouTube. Yeah, you'd be surprised. What, like clothes? No, carpets. Ooh. Rugs, mats, things like that. Stuff that's been through, let's say there's been a flood, and then these guys will dry clean them, because you can't just stick them in a washer, they'll fall apart. Yeah. So the process they go through to make it spotless again is quite relaxing to watch. I don't think it's relaxing to do, because it looks like a lot of work. But when you see it... Yeah, there's a reason these guys charge a lot of money. Yeah. When you see it, yeah, it's satisfying. Yeah. So what I think we should do, perhaps, is go upstairs. But all this, actually, there's so much more to see. Yeah. Yeah. Vintage cars. What is that, an Austin 10 or something? I don't know what it is, but it's got a Star of David on the front. Dodge Brothers. Dodge Brothers, Detroit. What's it doing here?
Well, it's a very early car, and I guess back in the very early days, you got them from wherever you could. But it is right-hand drive, which is interesting, so I can only assume...
Is this a British-made Dodge?
No, I suspect it was made somewhere like Detroit, but it may have been made specifically for the British market.
Plenty of room in the back seat.
What is interesting is if you look at its design, the bodywork, there's the tub for a two-seater version, and then it's just got this doors and extension on the back to make it a four-seater. So all this bit at the front, the bodywork's exactly the same as if you had, say, like the pickup truck option or a two-seater Roadster.
Yeah. Modular design. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. The original scales are beautiful.
Bit smaller, aren't they?
Yeah, the one I had as a kid, the ball was about the same size as that, but the pieces and the actual thing the mat were bigger.
And there's the Triang Minic.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's the Dragon, isn't it?
Yes.
Vic 20 and the Dragon, there it is, the Dragon 64.
One of the greatest machines ever made. I'm not kidding. It should have done better than it did, but Sinclair actually killed it.
Can I just say as well, if I were you, I wouldn't open that bottle of milk. I think it may be a bit past
Why
its
not?
prime.
Looks perfectly fine to me. Oh my goodness. My god, that's amazing.
My hands are suitable. Can I be in the vlog?
Sorry?
Can I be in the vlog?
Hello. I've just realised that I haven't actually asked the guy's name that has to be in the vlog, so hi. Sorry. I'm not normally that... how can I put this? Scatterbrained and uncoordinated, but today is a weird day. This is the Robin Gok. It's one of the earliest monoplanes built by an amateur flight enthusiast in the whole of the UK. It's 118 years old. It's one of the early ones. As you can see, it has a little bit of what Da Vinci was drawing with some of his designs. It's got a little bit of a box kite design. It's got a lot of what the Wright brothers were doing, and it's an incredible achievement. But if you think about it, 118 years ago, that is one of the early forms of flight. What do we have now? Well, in a couple of years' time, we're planning to return to the moon and start building a base there. Human experience and ability has come on in leaps and strides in just the last century. It's incredible. And it all comes down to people that thought, how can we do this? And didn't stop when other people went, oh, you can't do that. It's impossible. It's a flight of fancy. They did it with that. Bits of wood, few pieces of metal, a lot of willpower and ingenuity. It is an incredible achievement. And it's thanks to people like that who, when others say, no, you can't do that, just went, all right, watch me. That we have what we have now. And we should be incredibly grateful. I'd like to give a big shout out to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Without you guys, I really couldn't continue making all of these shows. And if you'd like to join our fantastic Patreon heroes here, go over to patreon.com/Zoe Kirk-Robinson. It really does help us out. Thank you so much, guys.